You found a condo that looks perfect, great location, great price, but before you sign anything, there are red flags that I want to mention about this today. It can be cost you thousands of dollars if you will not listen this. Today, I am breaking down the types of condos and buildings you need to be extremely cautious about and exactly what to watch for. Let's start with one of the most overlooked red flags: investors' ownership rates. Some condo buildings, especially newer ones, were originally marked almost entirely to investors to help developers secure financing. That means 80 to 90% of the units are rented out, not owner-occupied. Why that matter to you? First, resale. When you are going to sell, you are not just going to compete with the market. You are going to compete with the 15 or more units of the same floor plan in the same building listed at the same time. That's a tough spot to be in. Second, a lot of buyers simply want to buy a unit that already has a tenant in it. That narrows your buyer pool significantly. And third, when landlords are desperate to avoid vacancy cost, some will accept tenants that other people will not accept. That affects the quality of your building community and ultimately your property values. A lot of these investors' heavily buildings are packed with the smaller units, and many of them don't come with parking spots. Now at first, a lower price point makes this look attractive, but think long term. Older buildings in many cases offer more square footage, better layouts, and parking, often at the comparable price. When you are looking to resell, buyers are going to notice that difference. And if your unit is under 400 or 500 square feet, that's a category of its own. High turnover, limited long-term appeal, and during the market correction, these are the first units to struggle to sell. They are hard to live in the long term. Even tenants, they are not staying there for a long time, and it's super hard to sell. Let's talk about maintenance fee, because a lot of buyers are getting hurt on the maintenance fee. There are two types of maintenance fees that you have to pay attention. One of them that is compared with the square feet. Some maintenance fees are covering based on the square feet. It looks like the first point that it's a high maintenance fee, but based on the square footage, that's the number one. And the number two, what's included in those maintenance fees. Older buildings with the same maintenance fee offering bigger square feet, parking lot, and the good amenities compared with the newer properties. When you compare that, it's the same almost the square footage, less square footage, higher maintenance fee, and also on top of it you have to pay for the water, hydro, and heat pump separately. So it's very, very important to understand the maintenance fee and the trend, how it's jumping during the year to year. Let's talk about the reserve fund. Think of reserve fund as a building saving account. It's the money set aside for big ticket repairs, roofs, windows, plumbing, elevators. If that fund is too low for the age of the building, you are exposed. And when the bill comes, and it will come, it gets split among all the unit owners as a special assessment. We are not talking about a few $100s. Major repairs can mean thousands, sometimes $10,000 per unit, with a little warning. Before you buy, always review the status certificate. It will show you the health of the reserve fund and whether you are buying a healthy property, working in financial problems, or you are buying a property to live in the long term. Next, let's talk about the buying pre-construction condo. I want to be straightforward here. Right now, this is one of the riskiest moves in the market. Buyers faces real risk that many don't fully understand. Developers can cancel projects. Cost can increase between signing and closing, and that gets passed along. You may not be able to sell or even close the unit the way you are planning. Market uncertainty has made pre-construction a much more dangerous bet than that was before years ago. So if you are considering to buy a pre-construction, make sure that you are financially very strong and you don't have to go to bank to get money. This one will surprise you. If the building you are buying into involved in an active lawsuit, it doesn't have to be your fault. You could be on the hook. If that damage exists, the building's insurance coverage and the shortfall gets divided along all unit owners, every single one. So therefore, before you buy, ask, is this building involved in any litigation? Your real estate lawyer and the status certificate should suffice this. Don't skip this step. Last one, and this one can affect your quality of your life directly. Some buildings are Airbnb-friendly. Short-term rentals, cycling through constantly, different guests every few days, noise issue, fire alarm going off at 2 a.m. because someone doesn't know how to use stove, wear and tear elevators, lobbies and hallways. So if you are planning to actually live in your condo, or if you care about the long-term condition of the building, an Airbnb heavy building is something to seriously avoid. Check the building's rule on short-term rentals before you commit to buy a unit in that building. Look, there are so many great buildings in Toronto GTA. However, checking all these and additional details is very important. Know what you are buying, read the status certificate, ask hard questions, and if you are not sure, get a professional in your corner who will help you to buy. Once again, just want to remind you that my name is Levon and I'm selling properties here in Toronto GTA. So if you have any question, please feel free to DM me or just contact me and I'll be happy to sit with you and understand your real estate needs. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.